Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. As you can see from the title, today we're going to talk about seductive body language. You will learn how to seduce anyone using body movements, voice, and gestures, as well as also learn how to observe your target's body language. That is, how to read the room to find out whether your target is interested in you or not. Seducing someone using body language involves effectively communicating your interest and attraction without relying solely on only verbal communication. Some key tips and techniques that will help you portray seduction through your body language include the following. Number 1 is maintaining confident and relaxed body posture. You want to look as confident and as calm as possible. To achieve this, you want to stand tall with your shoulders back and your head held high. This conveys self-assurance and attracts attention. You want to make eye contact with the person you're interested in. However, you don't want to stare intensely. Instead, maintain a warm and inviting gaze. Aim to make eye contact with them for 3 to 5 seconds at most. Number 2 is by making subtle touches. Subtle touches can be powerful too, so you want to incorporate gentle, non-intrusive physical contact, such as brushing their arm lightly during conversation or touching their knee when you're laughing to create a sense of intimacy. The third way is by mirroring their body language. This can help you establish a good rapport and create connection. You want to observe their posture, gestures, and movements, and subtly mimic them. This subconscious mirroring builds a sense of familiarity and comfort between both of you. You will start to appear less as a stranger and more as a desired crush. The fourth way is by using confident and purposeful movements to exude sensuality. You want to move smoothly and deliberately, allowing your body to flow gracefully. When seated, lean in slightly towards the person you're seducing, showing your interest and engagement in the conversation. Crossing and uncrossing your legs in a slow and deliberate manner can also seem enticing. You can also slightly scratch your neck or tuck your hair behind your ear. The fifth way is to pay attention to your facial expression. You want to maintain a genuine smile. You want to look inviting and charming. You don't want to have a resting, mean face. You need to look somewhat approachable. To do this, use your eyebrows and your gaze to convey interest, mystery, and intrigue. To step it up a notch, you can even lightly bite or lick your lips from time to time to draw attention to your mouth and subtly suggest desire and interest. Also, be mindful of the subtle touches. You want to be gentle. You can do this by maybe touching their arm or their shoulder to create a sense of closeness and build anticipation. You can gradually escalate the level of physical contact, such as helping them take something out their hair. However, you always want to read the room, read their responses, and respect their personal boundaries to ensure comfort and consent at all times. Another great way to convey seduction through your body language is by being aware of overall body language. You're aiming to project confidence, openness, and a relaxed demeanor. Avoid fidgeting, whether it's with your jewelry or with your hair, whatever it might be. You don't want to fidget at all, as this can indicate nervousness or even disinterest. Maintain good posture and engage in active listening. You want to listen a little bit more than you talk. This will show genuine interest in the person's thoughts and opinions, and they will eventually start to feel more and more safe with you. Always remember that effective seduction involves subtlety and respect. Non-verbal cues should help you enhance the connection, not overpower it. So be attentive to the other person's reaction and respect their boundaries. The importance of mirroring is to allow you adapt your approach accordingly based on their body language and their nonverbal cues. Also, remember that communication, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, has to be a two-way street, so you want to stay tuned to what signals they're sending you as well. Now we're going to briefly talk about how to achieve a seductive voice. You want to channel your soft feminine voice. The reason for wanting to activate your feminine voice is because it will make you sound overall more appealing and more seductive. You can start by practicing breathing techniques. Use your diaphragm to breathe and support your voice. This will help you achieve a fuller, more resonant sound. You also want to work on your vocal resonance by speaking from your chest rather than from your throat. This will create a warmer and richer tone in your voice. You also want to pay close attention to your pitch. Aim for a slightly higher range, but avoid sounding overly high-pitched because it will sound a bit too forced or squeaky. You also want to practice articulation and clarity. Ensure that your words are pronounced with precision. Incorporate varied intonation and melodic patterns into your speech because this will add expressiveness and increase your overall charm. For a more in-depth view of how to channel your feminine voice, see the Monroe Effect Body Language and Seduction Masterclass linked on our website www.foreverywoman.info. It will teach you a step-by-step guide of how to sound more feminine using case studies of famous seductresses such as Marilyn Monroe, Cleopatra, and Catherine the Great. Finally, if you're really struggling to channel your feminine voice, you may want to consider seeking guidance from a voice coach or a speech therapist who specializes exclusively in feminization techniques. This is because they can provide you personalized exercises and feedback to help you develop and refine your feminine voice. Now we're going to briefly talk about how to read other people's body language. To know if somebody finds you appealing, you want to pay attention to the non-verbal signals, such as prolonged eye contact, dilated pupils, frequent smiling. All these things can indicate that they find you appealing or are interested in having a conversation with you. It could also mean that they also have attraction towards you. You want to see what their body posture is like. Is it open? Is it facing directly towards you? Are they leaning in when they speak to you? If they're doing these things, these are all positive signs. Also, if you're standing next to them, look at the position of their feet. Are they pointing towards you? If they're pointing towards you, this could also indicate that they're interested in a conversation and are not hoping to leave anytime soon. You also want to mirror their body language to match their gestures and adopt similar postures. This will help you to build a subconscious connection without them realizing. Also, you want to observe if they initiate any kind of physical contact. Are they trying to touch your arm or shoulders? If they are, this could be a sign that they feel comfortable, and it could also mean they're trying to show their affection towards you. Now, if somebody doesn't find you appealing, these are some signs you can look out for. Do they have a closed body language? Are they crossing their arms? Are they turning away? Is their body distant? Are they avoiding eye contact? All these things can show a lack of engagement in the conversation or a lack of attraction. Are their answers short and simple, or are they asking you open questions? Are they leading the conversation, or are they keeping their responses as minimal as possible? Also look to see if they're fidgeting, because if they are fidgeting, it could indicate that they're feeling restless, and it could mean that they are disinterested and they don't feel uncomfortable. Their facial expression matters as well. Are their eyebrows raised up? Do they have a frown on? Are their lips pursed? If all these things are happening, this is a strong indication that they are not interested in you and they don't find you appealing. If you notice that they're constantly creating physical distance, so the more you walk towards them, they move back, you want to end the conversation as soon as possible, because all these gestures show that they're not interested in any form of further interaction. We have now come to the end of today's podcast. Today we discussed seduction through body language. We also discussed how to activate a feminine voice and how to recognize interest or disinterest using body language. For a more in-depth dive on body language and seduction, see the Monroe Effect on our website, www.foreverywoman.info, which will also be available in our description box below. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, and thank you for listening to Queen and Alpha's podcast.